Try not to throw up. It's always a fun game during legs. Right, we are in the hashtag mecca for legs today. It's Monday, I think. It is Monday. It was just the Olympia weekend, which I'm not going to go into in this video because tomorrow I'm going to do a whole video sort of going over my thoughts of the Olympia. So yeah, in terms of my check-in today, first day I've ever weighed in, fasted, over 250 pounds. I'll put a couple of the check-in shots on screen now. Pretty happy with the look. You know, for 250, it's a lot leaner than I thought it would be. It has taken a while to get there. Like, we've gone up slowly, which is good because I've not just ballooned up, which when you typically balloon up and then you diet, like all the weight you put on, you just lose straight away because there's a lot of water and it's not solidified. Whereas this is like dense tissue I've actually put on, which is fantastic. So I'm happy. I've got about 10 more weeks till prep starts, which means we've got 10 more weeks to sort of hold between 250, 255-ish before we start prep, which will be beginning just after Christmas, the end of this year. So yeah, we're in a good spot. With prep starting soon, I'm going to capitalise on my ability to eat right now, which means after this session today, we are going to go for a post-legs cheat meal, which will be sick. But right now, I need to warm the knees up and get into legs. I'm also getting out of breath from this cardio, so I'm going to stop speaking now. My back is a little sore, being 250 pounds, right? If I walk up a flight of stairs, I get a lower back bump, which is a little bit pressury on the puts a little bit of pressure on the sciatica, which is always nice. So I'm going to go warm up properly for once. It's a rare occasion, but like legs, I do normally actually warm up properly. So a little bit of bike, warm the knees up, warm the legs up. I'll go and do like 30 seconds of a warm up and stretching, call it a full warm up, and I'll get into the workout. Right, you know, you go to an elite gym when they've just got random bits of like scrap wood just lying about so you can make exercises better. I just put it on like the hip brace, raises my hips up a little bit. I much prefer the angle. It's also solid, so I get a much better power transfer through it. And overall, I feel a lot more comfortable with that pad there. It's a better hip angle for me. Starting with a lying leg curl, which if you've watched pretty much any of my leg days that I've ever filmed, I always start with a seated leg curl. No real reason behind starting now with a lying one, except I wanted to change. I ran that into the ground. I got very strong on the Atlantis to the point I was pinning 2 plates to it, which is silly. I'm notoriously weak on a lying variation, so I'm going to get stronger at a lying variation. And then we do seated later in the workout now, so I've literally just flipped them around. The whole leg day format I did change last week, so it is similar, but it's also different to ones I've done before, so I'll take you through that, show what we're doing there. But I'll warm up on this, 2 sets here, 2 sets of leg extension, and then 2 sets of adductors to start with. Right, if you've been watching my shit for like quite a long time, you'll know that I used to, still do partially, used to like be firmly against putting adductor towards the start of your session. And here I am doing adductor second, which goes against everything I used to say. In fairness, I never used to say never do it. I just said, if you're someone who gets knee pain, don't. Reason being is because when you've got like really pumped adductors and you do working sets on the adductor, it can pull your piriformis muscle in. And basically, if you then go into a squat pattern really heavy, it can cause some misalignment and basically increase injury risk for those heavier sets, and also may cause some knee pain because you're pulling muscles different ways to where they should be. So typically when you see people who go in and smash their adductors, then squat, and they're getting tons of knee pain, typically, as I've seen with a lot of clients, it was because they were doing adductor first. For myself now, the way I've structured my leg days, with my squats being right to the very end, after this I go into a leg extension, then into a very controlled leg press. I've not seen any issues to my knees, whereas before I used to do adductor straight into a hack squat and it'd fuck my knees up, so I was doing adductor at the end. So basically, if you're somebody who gets a lot of knee pain and you do start with adductor currently, maybe start with adductor and just see, should make a difference. You can still warm your adductors up, and you should do, just don't do absolute working sets and obliterate your adductors prior. If you're somebody who never sees any injury risk or any knee pain at all, absolutely start with adductors, no issues with that at all. All of like John Meadows' sort of philosophy was about starting with adductors and prioritising those, which is absolutely fine, unless you're seeing, knee pain and potentially increased injury risk. Right, got the gym pin in to make it heavier because I'm just so massively strong. And then also seat belt, as always. I use this on a seat hand and a leg extension. I'm sure you've seen before. Adds a massive amount of stability. I'm not having to think about pulling myself in and bracing really hard. I can just lock in and get on with the set. So in any movements across your split, really, if you can add stability, you probably should, because it's going to allow you just to isolate the muscle you're trying to work more, and you'll get more from it. And it'll be less fatiguing from a bracing standpoint, because it's just easier to brace basically. So you'll get more from the movement.
ESN, you do really nice energy drinks. Very, very nice.
Oh yeah, to be fair, peach fried steak was good.
And Annabella liked the vegan way. So
Did she? There you go, mate.
we have an approval on that front.
Fantastic, mate. All right, enjoy your leg session.
I'm going to do calves.
You train them? They don't even look bad, to be fair. They're like your best body part, and that says something. Right, arms leg presses back in. So I ran this, might have been the last prep to be fair, last time I ran this. Well, I'm obviously spoiled for leg presses here, like there's every brand, every fucking model you could think of. And a lot of leg presses here are very, very good. So there's not one that's better than the other necessarily. There's better things for, if you're really trying to hit quads, obviously your hip press is probably better. But I've ran that into the ground, I've ran the Nitro into the ground, ran the squat press into the ground. So now I've just rotated back to the Arsenal. I'm peak strength, and this leg press is the heaviest one by a mile. So if I put sort of 9 plates aside here, he's pretty much a working set. Whereas if I go on the Cybex, I'll be getting 15 plates aside, and then I've got to finish my set, unload 30 plates, and it just ruins me for the rest of the session. So that's a large part of why I do this leg press. I don't have to load so many plates, but it is also the position I can get in it. I can get a lot of depth with a lot of knee flexion and really hit the quads, which is obviously the focus here. So I do 2 sets on this, and then that's it for leg press. I'm going to do some more hamstring curls, glutes, and then I finish with my squat pattern at the end. So I finish with Cybex hack, which we'll get into, but someone's already getting into it now. So I'm going to have to put headphones on for this set, I think, because I would have started laughing otherwise. Difference between 5th and 4th for me. I would say 1st and 2nd, but let's be realistic, 5th and 4th. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Mid-set, have you seen that clip of Tom Platz? Where it's just like, mid-set, can you just do that? Just more. Go! Come on. Go!
You went extra deep on the last one.
Yeah, that hurt.
Why'd you do that?
Wanted it, bro.
That's why Jack's going to come 4th in his qualifying next year. Wants it so bad.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, that one hurts. Right, that's the top set. My leg press done. I'm recovering really well. We've got back of set to do. And then I think it's hamstrings, then glutes, and so on. But one more set. I love top sets, right? I'm really good at getting locked in for a heavy set, a lower rep range to a degree. Legs, I don't really like to do anything below 10. But the back off set, not a fan of doing I'm already out of breath now, as you can tell. And now I've got to lock in for like a set of 12 to 15, 12 to 20, around there. I tend to go a little heavier and not drop off as much from the top set, just so I don't have to hit those 20 reps, because my lungs will die before my quads do. And we don't want that. So yeah, right now when I'm this heavy, it's definitely prefer going down the strength avenue rather than the volume. But I was finally over 250 this morning, first time ever, mate.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm actually a bodybuilder now. I feel like once you're over 250, you can finally say like, yeah, I've built my body successfully.
So 250 this morning, how much was Chris Bumstead on stage?
Fucking nothing anymore because he's retired. Come on.
Like 240.
Yeah, he's like 242, isn't he? Actually, this is a good thing. I'm not going to cover this in tomorrow, so I'll talk about it now. I watched his one day out video.
Yep.
And when he goes to weigh-ins, right, the judges that are there, the guy that's doing the weight, I think it's Jack Sullivan, looks at the guy doing the height and literally goes to him, "Don't fuck this up." Obviously having a joke, but it's like, it's Chris Bumstead heighting in. And he made height and weight fairly, but it's just quite funny how they're like, "Don't fuck this up." And then after he's weighed in and made weight successfully, they're like, "Thank you for not causing us any shit there, Chris." They're so relieved, which makes sense because fuck me, like, he is the main event, and if he just like misses weight, they obviously can't let him compete, and it's like they're going to lose a lot of money for that. So they're probably more stressed than he is, to be fair.
Do you think if he didn't make height and weight, do you think that'd get more eyes on the show or less?
Well, I don't want to insinuate anything here, but like, you look at Ramon, I think it was 2022. He missed weight initially, went away, came back, heighted in again, and was just he was a 1 inch taller that time. So then he made weight, which is interesting. I could do that. I'm going to height in at like 6 foot.
Yeah.
And
then don't need to prep.
And then yeah, I should step on stage now at 250. But no, like, they obviously do it all properly. It's just interesting how stressed they get. Tomorrow I am doing a video breaking down the Olympia and my thoughts. I'm also doing it tonight on Josh's podcast that I feature on a lot. I'm like the super sub.
What's it called, Jack?
This is awkward.
The Board Shorts and Banter podcast.
Oh yeah, it's a men's physique podcast, so I fit right on there.
It's a natural men's physique podcast.
Exactly what I'm about. Once I was, to be fair. I've done more men's physique shows than I've classic physique shows.
That's a mad start.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Everybody's favourite exercise. We've got booty builder. Very, very alpha. I do classic physique, right? We need healed glutes. To actually get really deep striations and like density to a muscle, you need to have the muscle there in the first place. So I do 1 set a week of hip thrust. I don't really progress this because I do actually have quite big glutes. I just kind of need the maturity there. So I just do 1 set. I always do 130 for 12, and that was it every single week. Really emphasising the contraction and squeezing my glutes. And that's about it. So it's not very exciting, but 1 set a week, I'll do 1 warm-up set and then just train for 1 set, just to isolate the glutes. In prep, I may increase this, but for right now, just 1 set is all I need. So I'm obviously RDLing on the other, on one of my posterior days in a week. So RDL plus this, it sort of covers me for all the glute gains I need. Absolutely running off right now, and got 2 more exercises, 1 more set, got a superset to finish. Cybex hack to just failure, followed by walking lunges to failure. It's really nice. I just hate myself, so that's why I do it. Last week I did 6 plates on the Cybex hack, which was quite ambitious, but it went well. Obviously, I can't do less than that now, so it might just be a 6 plates again. I think I did 6 or 7 reps last week, so we will try to top that, but we'll have a quick breather before, because my glutes now are really pumped and they just hurt. God knows how females, or men to be fair, but primarily females train glutes like 3 or 4 times a week. I've got a couple of clients that are literally on 4 full leg days a week. I just would rather be fat at that point. Fuck bodybuilding, it's like that, it's not worth it. Apparently my personality trait is just rice pudding now. At least I've finally got a personality trait.
It's going to be your nickname on the stage.
Jack the Rice Pudding Eagles.
That's it, Duff.
I reckon it'll catch on, to be fair. Right, I've come into the realisation the off-season's going too far, okay? I've still got like a few lines on my legs, just about. If you structure it a lot and sharpen it, then there might be a few on video. But we are at the last hole on the belt. So remember that now, right? When we're at the end of prep in a few months, I'll see where I'm up to, because I guarantee I'll be like down here somewhere. But right now, I might get it 1 more into the set, but. Yeah, it's a little bit upsetting. Fucking hell. Right. As you've seen, I asked ChatGPT to hit my sheet meal post legs because I'm pretty sick of food with how high food is at the minute. I'm eating like 6,000 calories a day, around abouts. So the thought of a cheat meal actually doesn't really entice me right now. But post legs, need must. Makes for a good video title as well. So he said, get a big filthy burger with some fries and a milkshake, effectively, is what it said. So that is what I've done. So we're going to head home and scram this because then I'm going to grow big and strong and win the Olympia. Because I'm sure this is what all the Olympia guys do after they train legs. The burger looks phenomenal. The B-roll will be on screen now, right? You know how like in adverts for like McDonald's, it looks really plastic and fake, and then you get the burger and it just looks like shit in person. This is the opposite, right? This looks plastic and fake in real life, which I guess is a good thing, but it's almost too perfect. But we're gonna get into this. As I said, food's very high. I have just trained legs. I still feel slightly sick from training legs. But as I said to ChatGPT, I need to become Prime Ronnie Coleman. And according to them, if I eat this, that's what's gonna happen, so. Right, burger down. That was fairly decent. Five Guys is still better. I'll give that like, if Five Guys is like a 9 out of 10, that's probably like a 7.5. It was good. Probably would be better if I was actually hungry. They have a lot of fries here. I think they're seasoned with like some rosemary or something. Nice and crispy. A little bit cold now because it's taken me a while to get back home and get eating, but yeah, can't really go wrong. They're not soggy like Mackey's would be, so. Off the top of my head, I have absolutely no idea how many calories are in this sheet meal. If I had to guess, I'm going 2.5 to 3K. Probably just because milkshake will be like 700-800 easily, if not 1,000. Fries, just because of the quantity, like they're quite thick and there's a shitload of them. They are for 2 people, it's like a sharing box of fries. But, you know, I'm massive, so I thought I'd be fine. Turns out I'm not fine, I'm really struggling, but here we are. So there's probably like another 700 to 1,000 calories in that, because I'm just going off, like, think about Mackey's fries, right? That's at least double that, and they're 444 calories or something for a large fries. So double that, that's probably like 900 calories for the fries. Burger's got to be 12 to 1,500, you'd assume. Yeah, probably like 1,200, isn't it? So probably like 2.7, somewhere around there. Bear in mind, I was already 3 meals deep, so I was already about 3,500 calories deep for the day. So this is taking me up to probably close to 6,000 for the day, and it's only like 5 PM post legs. Struggling. But ChatGPT did agree that this will turn me into Ronnie Coleman. Probably skin colour also. Let's get eaten. We're finished. Burger gone. I think it probably saw me finish the burger, and I've got to start on the fries. The fries did take me a while to eat because there was, you know, as I said, it was like 2 portions. Roughly, I reckon it's about 2.7-ish calories, calories, just with the fries, burger, and then the milkshake that is still literal ice cream, so it's really hard to eat. So I'm going to keep sipping on this as the evening goes on and progresses, because I'm on the verge of throwing up right now. But that is that. We'll wrap it up there. That is the post-legs cheat meal that is becoming less and less enjoyable every single week. So I would say it'll stop soon, but I've only got 10 more weeks of the off season, so I might as well capitalise on it and try to enjoy some food. But I'm not really enjoying this. I would much rather just eat my cereal and my usual meals. But that takes me to about 6K for the day, just under. I'll probably have, you know, it's only 5:30 now, so protein shake or something later, depending how I'm going to get, maybe a fish and rice, if I can squeeze it in, just to really solidify the 250 pounds. But that is legs, very good leg session. I don't know, it was a decent cheat meal, to be fair, post-workout, but I'm just not hungry enough for it. So we'll wrap up there, and I will catch you in the next one to break down the Olympia and give my unfiltered opinions, which I'm sure will go down very well with everybody.